the UFC flyweight champion of the world, Joshua Van. Let me start off with this because we talked about this before, and you said, "Listen, my team is kind of always on me. They got to keep me in check. They like to keep me out of trouble." So, can I ask, has there been in this training camp or any training camp recently, have you had a Dennis Rodman moment where you've had to tell your team, like, "Hey guys, you got to let me just let loose a little bit here"?
No, I didn't have to tell them. Like this guy, he's like a dad to me. You know, he kind of like understand. He just be like, if he see I'm like having, you know, sometimes you get mad a little bit in trainings or something. He call me to the side. He's like, "Hey, what's wrong?" You know what I mean? So he kind of like know it without even mentioning it. So you know what I mean? They kind of let me off the hook sometimes. Yeah.
But has there ever been like a specific night where you're like, "All right, man, I'm just completely done with training. Like I got to pop out and beat Josh Van for a night and go a little crazy"?
Usually after the fight.
Okay, but nothing during the fight.
Like during fight camp, usually like locked in, and the coaches have to tell me like stop, go home, and stuff like that. But like after the Royval fight and stuff like that, you know, when I have fun, I forget to come back sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's when they would call me and stuff.
Did you think that Taira was going to be the first opponent that you were going to get in the title defense? Like, was there some negotiations that might have happened that somebody might have dropped out, or was it always Taira?
Well, I always want Pantoja, and then Pantoja, I know that he have to recover and all that. So I thought it was going to be Manel, to be honest. And then, you know, something go. I don't know what happened with him and his team, you know. And so now they gave me Tatsuro, and I'm very, very excited about this.
So do you think Manel was offered before Tatsuro?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Were you actually ready to go on Miami?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was.
Okay, so it was more like a contracting sort of.
No. It was like a minor injury.
Okay.
But I'm ready, you know.
So you would have taken the fight?
I would have taken the fight. It was the coaches see something in my training and stuff like that, so they wanted to call it off sooner. But you know, I always say, "Hey, please let me fight through it." But they just say, "Rest first, and then be 100% when you fight." So
yeah, because there was a little bit of criticism because I remember I saw you at the Apex and you were cornering one of your boys, and I saw Twitter kind of being like, "Oh, he doesn't look like he's injured," and I'm like, "Man, don't disrespect the champion like that. Like, if anybody's gonna take a fight, it's Joshua Van."
Yeah, I was the one that asked for the fight anyway, and you know it wasn't the PI, bro. You know what I'm saying? Vegas is where the PI's at. You know, so. We was doing everything we need to do, recovery, you know, seeing the doctors from PIs and stuff like that. And at the same time, my best friend making his debut. I can't miss that, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if I have a broken leg. I'll show up for my boy, you know? So that's that.
Listen, boys, that's Joshua Van. That's the UFC flyweight champion of the world. He's taking on Tatsuro Taira this weekend at UFC 328 in New Jersey. Hey, always a pleasure to talk to you, my bro.